Happy International Smoke Ring Day.
I love, please take me above with you. Oh, where are they hurled when they've kissed
Hello, everybody. My name is Ed. I'm in my armchair, and the smoking lamp is lit. Today, International Smoke Ring Day. Yay, finally here. And guess what I am smoking today? This is a biggie. My father's favorite pipe. And my favorite pipe. Ooh. My dad smoked a lot. So even though I've been smoking for 55 years, I probably still do not have a pipe that has been smoked as much as this guy. And when I just want to have a nice, comfortable, relaxing smoke, this guy. And then, of course, also special occasion guy. But anyway, it is International Pipe Smoking Day. Pipe Ring Day. Sorry, I keep doing that because I'm senile. You know? So, I hope a lot of people blow smoke rings today, record it, and do a video. But you've got to let me know that you did it by comment on this video, simply because I will be on a golf trip for a couple weeks. I do not take my laptop with me. I will be kind of free of all electronical shite, because I'm going to be with some very old friends of mine, great friends of mine, and golfing is the order of the day. Quite a few states we're going to hit this time. Anywho, I do have some people that have already done some videos already, and I'm going to put those up. And since you know that the story I told about how the tradition of blowing smoke rings on September 15th was a lie, I have to admit it. So I am going to actually, after those, you see the new people blowing smoke rings, I will be telling the true story of the tradition of blowing smoke rings on September 15th. So, enjoy.
I don't have enough time in my life to be as good as Ed doing it. Probably a lot of you others. One try.
the true story of the international blow smoke rings tradition. The true story. I didn't want to tell it because nobody would believe it, but this one is the true one. This tradition goes back to 1492. Yes, you recognize that date. The first voyage of Columbus. History tells us he had 3 ships. But only through the generations of the captain, we know the truth. There was actually 4 ships. The 4th one was called the Bird. And the captain was a relative of the Queen. Columbus really didn't like this guy. So when they told him captain wanted a ship, they gave him the Bird. Which is only logical. But the tradition, the story goes that the Bird was going to be the 4th ship to go out. First 3 had already gone. The Bird was getting underway. And the officer on deck was blowing smoke rings. Now, they didn't have tobacco yet. So it was hemp. But they could put it in a pipe, smoke it, unfortunately get a little goofy, and he started blowing smoke rings. While the captain, he was smoking some hemp also, he saw that and he did some smoke rings. And then they started a little competition who had the best smoke rings. While he doing that, another officer came up and he got involved. And they were blowing smoke rings rather than getting the ship out of the harbor. So they kept blowing smoke rings. And finally, and actually it was, a few more officers. The guy at the wheel also was smoking. They were all blowing smoke rings. So finally, they did get underway. But by this time, the other 3 ships that Columbus had actually gone over the horizon. So the captain of the Bird couldn't see them at all. He got out the harbor, they were gone. So he just sailed towards where the navigator, who was been smoking a lot of that tobacco. Well, they didn't call it tobacco then, but they were smoking it. So they head out. Now you have to realize, in those days, a fair amount of people was believing that the world is actually round, but there was an awful lot of people who still were of the belief that the world is flat. Anyway, Columbus was out to prove that it would actually round. And that's an important part to remember, because it hadn't been proven yet. So the Bird goes out and was never seen again. And the wives, the widows of the people of the bird never really didn't really know what had happened. Columbus came back with his 3 ships and all the stories and everything. So in honor of that, the tradition was the relatives of those people of the bird got on the dock, and blew some smoke rings. And of course, they got a little high too. And that's why it became such a fun tradition for many, many years until actual tobacco was discovered. So, you want to know what happened to the bird? Columbus was out of sight, but he still hadn't proven that the world was round. So when the bird, being a little out of touch with them, the bird actually fell off the side. I'm sorry. Believe either one of those stories. Have a happy International Smoke Ring Day. I will talk to you later.